This is LT Melton with FetchYourNews.com, and I'm here with Kim Charles, head coach of the Gilmer Lady Cats girls basketball team. Coach, you just had a big win, won your first round in the state. Talk a little bit about the game. Looks like you guys came a little bit out of the press, like the patented press, as I like to say. You went a little more half court. Talk a little bit about the game plan and what you saw and how you were able to get this big win.
I didn't feel like we were being real effective in 72 or 92. They transitioned well. The other team did. They were out quick, and we weren't transitioning as well into our press. They were getting too many layups on the backside and too many easy shots, so we just fell back into a regular 2-3 or a 3-2, whichever we thought was working. I thought the 2-3 was more effective because 14's who he was trying to get it into, and that kind of stopped her. It didn't totally stop her, but it gave them less looks at her, I felt like.
I did notice that you guys obviously that was their main player, and you guys were always keeping the body on her, always giving her a lot of attention, and it did kind of seem to make their offense a little stagnant.
It did, and that's what we figured. We've looked up and talked to a few people in 14s who they tried to send it to, and it was always, I want to know where she's at, make sure somebody's near her at all times, and they did a good job with that.
Now, Coach, I noticed your girls really crashed the offensive and defensive boards. Even though you guys maybe didn't have this on paper a size advantage, you guys really made an effort on the boards. Was that something that just came about from the game, or was it something that was in the game plan?
That's our biggest emphasis, probably as far as just an emphasis at a team, is we've got to rebound, because tonight we shot real well in the first quarter, but normally we don't hit our first shot. So offensively, we've got to have every board. We're not going to be big. We're not big compared to most people. So rebounding is real important to us. We've got to get the ball just so we have possession of the ball for longer minutes, and we get more shots offensively.
Now, as we've talked before, and you've talked somewhat about your offensive struggles. It seemed that, as you said, especially early in the game, the third quarter was a little. Your offense struggled a little bit, but overall, it seemed like the girls were hitting shots and were able to move the ball offensively. Was that something that was more the opponent, or is it just the girls are kind of coming together?
I think the girls are coming together. They've played together their whole life. They're used to each other. We're trying to move the ball a lot faster at practice instead of standing and hanging. On offense, we shot very well the first quarter, but the third quarter we came out and made a lot of bad passes. That's when I called the timeout. We were just getting too crazy. We were throwing it without looking, or just throwing it towards the goal without really getting a good shot. And I just said, be a little bit more patient, move that ball quicker, and they did, and worked for a better shot.
Now, I believe Bailey had, I think, maybe five assists, 5 rebounds. She was kind of all over the place today. Obviously, she's been your main player. She was the region player of the year. Talk a little bit about her facilitating. We normally see her scoring, but she was more in a facilitating role today.
Well, I felt like the defender they had on Bailey was a pretty strong defender, keeping her away from the rim. We've learned really against Northwest, Bailey didn't score at all,
right, but
we won anyway. We've got a whole team that can score. We've got a whole team that can rebound. Bailey does a great job as far as putting the ball in their hands, and that's as important role as anything. We need her to score, but we need her to be the floor general, really, and run the plays and make things happen. And she does that real well, even if she's not scoring. Hannah Jones will take it to the hole. Emily Stanford will take it to the hole. Megan we'll all shoot. Nobody's afraid to penetrate. Actually,
I was glad that you mentioned that, because I noticed that Hannah was going to the hole a lot, and Emily was kind of killing them from the outside. The inside-outside game you guys had working, was that a product of the game plan for the opponent? Is that just what you had to get done today?
No, that's what we're working on all the time. Hannah Jones is an outstanding driver. If you watch her, she'll shoot, but if she's got a step, she'll take it and she'll go to the hole, and it works for her a lot. She's very crafty toward the goal. Emily Stanford's a good shooter and a good rebounder and put it back up. So I feel like we're doing what we need to do to win.
Now, I noticed that they only had 9 players, and I noticed throughout the year you guys have you've utilized your bench often. Is that an advantage that you were very conscious of during the game?
I think that's my biggest advantage the whole season, is the fact that I have 14 girls that can play basketball. I'm immediately going to my bench, and I don't worry about putting them in. Everybody goes in and does a job. If they're having a bad day, we can change it up. But I do feel like our bench is our biggest strength.
Now, have you really started Thinking about Friday's opponent, have you looked at film from the two potential opponents, or are you just kind of savoring this win right now?
We're savoring the win. We'll be looking tonight and tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if they're playing tonight. It's Monroe and Mary Pearson's. I know some people are putting it off till tomorrow, but as soon as we'll be looking at both tonight, and we'll be contacting people tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.